You can start talking.
It was 5 a.m. on August 6, 2016. The pesky alarm and pungent smell of drywall defeated my drowsiness and made it easy for me to get out of bed. My father, who somehow managed to wake up with a radiant smile every morning, urged my brother and I to hurry because we did not want to be late for our last day of work. The drive from Belgrade to Bozeman was a 30-minute drive. I slept on my murky brown work boots, stained white work pants, and ripped white t-shirt and headed straight to the work van to wait for my father. The skies were gloomy from the night's heavy showers. Even still, it was like this every day. My father, dressed in all white, swiftly poised his way to the van. The man contrasted all of the surroundings with his graceful ethic. We were on our way to the construction site for one final time. My father has worked in construction for more than 30 years. He has learned to never get comfortable in any job because work is always unstable. He consistently travels out of state to work and is never home. Nonetheless, my father never fails to make my family happy. Although my father gets his checks postponed, works in the coldest states in the nation, and unquestionably works 12 or more hours a day, he always remains humble. He is my inspiration. When we arrived at the muddy construction site, my father put my brother and I straight to work. We were required to cover up all of the mistakes the workers prior to us made by concealing the flaws with drywall. We were like busters cleaning up after these men. Unlike my father, my brother and I constantly sat down to take breaks from the exhausting labor. The only thing that got us through the grueling work was the thought of us driving to Las Vegas later that night. While my brother and I were resting, I said, "Dad really has to go through this every day just to be able to provide for us. I promise you, I am not going to end up like this. I will do whatever it takes to repay Dad." I was at the climax of my educational life. When we got back to the apartment we were staying at, I went straight to our plain bedroom to lay down on the distressing bed and stare at the dreary ceiling. I began to think about my father and what his motive was for dragging us out to Montana with him. Although he said he took both my brother and I with him so we could earn our own money, I knew there was more to it than just that. My father wanted to show us that there is so much more we can accomplish if we put in the work now. My father wanted to encourage us to work for our success. As I started packing my things in the car, I began to admire the sunset. I was witnessing the exquisite view. While I was witnessing the exquisite view, my father unexpectedly joined me. We both went a couple of minutes without saying anything, and I have never been so comfortable with silence in my life. My father eventually broke the silence and said, "Mijo, you have no idea how proud you guys make me. I don't care if I have to sacrifice my life over here in order to sustain your happiness. You guys are my pride and joy. You can do whatever you want in life, just work for it. I love you, my son." Ever since August 6 of 2016, I've striven for success. I've striven for only success, for myself, my family, and my community. My father taught me the most important thing in life. Being content is how the soul dies, for the world, both internal and external, is in need of constant transformation.